But would they be able to get Alan Sugar to go with them? That would be the key thing, you know. And we've often said, when Alan Sugar doesn't do The Apprentice, they ought to shut it down. In America, they've moved from Donald Trump to Arnold
Well, I mean,
Schwarzenegger.
if all four of them don't go forward with it, you know, all four,
Yeah,
Mel, Sue, Paul, Mary, all four of them.
and don't.
I think that's what they watch it for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the enjoyment of it is Mel and Sue, and without them, it's certainly going to lose its charm. Without Paul and Mary, it will definitely lose a lot more. Commercials, give it or take it. I mean, the programme's an hour. It'll only be 10 minutes less with the adverts. And we say after about the first 3 weeks, they'll just get rid of the little, bits about telling you where German bread is made,
There wasn't one last night, actually.
No, I know. I'm surprised.
Yeah,
Perhaps they've been listening, so...
Oh, yeah, all of them listen. Jay Hunt, Paul Hollywood,
yeah.
all of them.
That bloke who writes Cold Feet just to pick out the bits that I say and then stab his Gary voodoo doll.
Have you told your friends about this podcast?
Okay, here we go.
No?
It's just not my idea of a good time.
Tell them now.
That's what the people want to hear.
This is the Custard TV Podcast.
Good to the last drop.
From thecustardtv.com.
The one, I mean, the big one this week, I suppose, is Argylle.
Yes.
Because Gary's now caught up. I watched the first 3 episodes. I watched the third one on.
Well, I've watched the second one.
The second one, which is quite impressive as it was only on last night. And so, was Luke's prediction right that if you watch the end of episode 1, you've got to watch episode 2?
Absolutely. I have to say, I absolutely loved this.
Yeah, I thought the second episode was amazing. I just think it was something you never see on TV before,
No.
like just these 2 women being kidnapped and just trying to evade the. You'll see the woman from the aid centre gets murdered.
Yeah, that was harsh, man, and I don't know. The whole thing felt. I knew it was going to happen. I still wanted to see how it was going to happen, and I was still unsure about how they were going to do it. What? Actually recapture her. I think I will agree with something Luke said. Sometimes the dialogue does your head in. Yeah. And even then...
It's the supporting soldiers, isn't it?
Well, actually, even I would say the little bits between Michelle Keegan and the nurse sometimes were a little bit contrived, and the kind of oh, we're in this together, we're going to get out. I didn't like it. But the actual plot and how they're doing this series is fantastic. And I have to say, Michelle Keegan is acting her
She's really good, isn't she? I found her... I mean, I think... Well, you're the same. We never watched her in Courage.
No, never watched her. But then somebody reminded me, Saran Jones came from there. And Sarah Lancashire. So...
Yeah, she definitely... and she was really charming at the screening as well. I can't say enough nice things about her.
Good.
And I just think she's done really well in this, and it feels like a different series, doesn't it?
Yes, yeah. I love the bit at the end when she gets recaptured. She gets saved,
rescued
by the special ops, and of course off comes the mask, and there's Elvis. And instead of thanking him, the first thing she does is slap him right across the cheeks.
That
was nice.
I mean, there is a bit next week where they sort of reveal more about.
Well, what's interesting as well, and the only bit which I did enjoy of when they were captured, the conversation is they did reveal that the reason that she kind of fell for him in the first place because he was the person that got her out of a tricky situation.
Actually
in Afghanistan, I think, wasn't it?
The iPlayer,
right.
There is like a 6-minute sort of prequel of those two and what happened.
Oh, well, there you are.
The beginning of their relationship, and it will play into what he reveals in.
Are we going to find out that basically he didn't turn up for a damn good reason? Is that what's going to happen?
I can't reveal.
No, okay.
I'll tell you off air.
Okay, well, no, that's fine. I'm happy to watch it and stuff. I'm going to say it. This could be one of the best dramas of the year.
I'm finding it very watchable.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's up there with Line of Duty and Happy Valley.
I don't know. And there's a lot of. I mean, we'll get to the pick of the week in a minute. There's a lot of good stuff coming, but at the moment. Top notch.
I really enjoy it. I think it dips towards the end of the 3rd episode because a lot of things sort of reset.
Well,
but certainly it is flying high at the moment. I think.
Yeah.
the second episode was just so good, and the tension. And I like how they've sort of got a British guy as the sort of head terrorist.
Yeah, and I did like all that stuff where he was explaining, and Michelle Keegan's character did kind of go, "Oh, what about your family?" She was trying to sort of rail him a little bit or get some sort of personal connection. And I did like all that because, of course, also it's newsworthy. This is this is real life. This is what's happening.
I like the ice stuff. And things like that.
It's what's happening. This is real life, as they say.
I think in some other shows you would have had the guy she was trying to sort of get on her side. He would have helped her escape.
Yeah.
In this, he basically turned and shot the other woman.
Yeah.
Dead, killed her.
Yeah, he was the one that discovered that she was more than just a medic. That she was.
And then it was like. Oh, you're on your own now, sort of thing.
Yeah.
The main guy sort of left the compound.
But yes, Wednesdays, straight after the Bake Off, is when you can catch our girl. That's what Luke would want us to say, isn't it? He would want us to tell you where.
Wednesdays at 9:00 on BBC One.
Straight after the old Bake Off.
I can't think if there's anything else really. I did watch Cold Feet. Again, very good. Second episode sort of kicks into the storylines that are coming this series.
I watched a little bit of Red Dwarf, which we're going to review next week, which is coming up, and a lot of sport. It has to be said because football and American football are both back.
Only Connect.
I did watch Only Connect.
Did you get the Shaggy one?
Oh yeah, it wasn't me. Shall we move on to the picks of next week?
Picks of the week there, and as you alluded to, there is a few.
Well, should we have two each, because there's a lot here and Luke's not here.
Well, my first one, I'm going to steal it from you, would be National Treasure.
Well, that would have been one of mine, but I'm happy for you to do it.
Which is a Tuesday at 9:00 on Channel 4.
Yep.
This stars Robbie Coltrane as a a legendary comic, half of a double act, who gets arrested for sort of historic sexual crimes, I think sexual abuse of a young woman in the 1990s.
I think this is going to stir up a lot of stuff. There was recently, Rolf Harris was recently resubmitted to court. There was an old DJ from the 70s. Neil Fox has come out this week and says there should be more anonymity for celebrities who are accused of crimes.
Well, they've had that, didn't they, with Cliff?
Well, yeah, Cliff was in the news again
Paul
this week.
Gambaccini and one of the other ones sort of banded
together. I think this is going to stir up a lot of stuff, and I really hope it's good. And obviously, I'm really looking forward to Robbie Coltrane and Julie Walters in it.
Yeah. Your first one?
I will go with Paranoid. Now, I know Luke said this wasn't that good, so
He wasn't, actually. I talked to him about this, and he said he wasn't sure what to make of it.
Now, I buy a magazine called Crime. It's fairly new. But they had a nice preview of Paranoid, and their write-up made it sound very good. And it says that they do go straight in, which I quite like. There's no kind of fluff. Thursday night at 9, so I'm guessing this is replacing DCI Banks.
Yes.
No,
Thursday. DCI Banks is Wednesday.
Oh, okay. And this is you. I must admit, I'm quite up for a new crime drama. It's an 8-parter.
Well, there's 2 coming to
Well, I know, so there might be another.
Replacing DCI Banks is The Level, stars, I believe, Philip Lannister.
Oh, there you are. Keep it in the family.
Carla Crone, who was in a lot of stuff back in 2012, 2013.
But yes, so that's my first pick, is Paranoid. I like the title as well.
As I think I know what your second pick will be.
Okay.
I will go for Celebrity the Island with Bear Grylls.
I thought you might.
Just because Mark from the Hotel, as Luke talked about last week, is on it. Other stars include Towie star Lizzie Bright, main Chelsea's Ollie Locke, Aston JLS, Dr. Dawn Harper from Embarrassing Bodies, Josie Long.
Oh, okay, yes, comedian.
I think there's a comedian as well, but I can't think of it.
Don't worry.
Go on, Gary, pick one.
Well, I was going to pick Hunted, yeah. I was going to try and surprise you and go for Jay Leno's Garage or something. No, that's not going to happen. Yes.
Jamie's Family Superfood.
The Lie Detective. Now, Hunted, if you've not seen this before, basically, it's a fantastic idea. Members of the public are given a couple of hours' notice to basically disappear, and then they are hunted by members or former members of the UK's police and criminal justice system. Basically, the people that you hope don't ever knock on your door, those that can track you and get into your Facebook and get into your house and things like that. They basically try and track these people down. Now, last year was the first series, and we had a couple of really good characters. There was a Scottish doctor who basically played about with them as well as running away from them. And then we had the Fantastic Two that got caught outside Greggs in the high street after 30 minutes.
I remember the girls as well.
Yeah, the girls who split up and the ones who lived in camp. There were so many great memories from last season. Now, what I really hope is that people who are in this series watched last series. I hope we don't get a situation where, like we get in Big Brother, where people go, "Oh, I've never seen the program before. I didn't know what to expect." Yeah, I didn't know what to expect. Watch Hunted if you're on Hunted. Know that the important thing to do is lay low. Don't contact your family.
Gary, do you want to do Hunted?
No, because I think I'd be rubbish.
You'd struggle with the running.
Well, there would be that, yeah. At the moment, while I've got Roboboot, yeah. But
actually, you do better than with Roboboot.
Well, no, he doesn't. It's not actually anything robotic,
so
it's just a protected boot. So, and I love the tactics. They put messages on their Facebook walls and stuff. Have you seen these people? They bribed their friends. They bribed people in the towns they were in. I just think it's great, and it's returning next Thursday at 9:00 on Channel 4. I can't recommend it enough. Also, watch Red Dwarf because it's good, and there isn't enough good comedy on. If you want to follow Luke on Twitter, and let's face it, why would you? You can do that at Luke Custard TV. You can follow Matt at Matt's TV Bites and myself at The Gary Show. You can
on Facebook.
Yeah. Any shout outs on Facebook this week?
No shout outs. Facebook.com/TheCustardTV.
You can search us on SoundCloud, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram. No, I don't think there's last two.
Right?
Yeah. Bebo. No, I think that's a joke I've done before.
Instagram.
MySpace. Your space.
Face in the face.
And hopefully at least Matt and I will be back next week too.
Yes, the two of us will be definitely.
We don't know whether the mover and the shaker will be back. Thank you very much, Matt.
Thank you, Gary. Goodbye.
Bye. Oh. It's a train in the background. I did it before. What the hell's going on? What the hell train noise is that?
Download this podcast from thecustardtv.com.